Canon EOS-R versus Canon 6D Mark II. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to compare two of the most popular cameras for YouTube video creators, the Canon 6D Mark II and the Canon EOS-R. These cameras are both great options for creating high-quality YouTube videos, but they have some key differences that you should know about before deciding which one to buy. We will cover various aspects of these cameras, including their features, lenses, viewfinders, batteries, sensor quality, depth of field, framing, light performance, ease of setup, recommended user settings, compatibility with microphones and other light sources, cost, and future-proofing. So, let's dive in. First up, let's talk about the flip-out LCD. Both cameras have a flip-out LCD, but the EOS-R screen is more versatile. That is to say, it can be used in multiple orientations. These are essential for vloggers and anyone who wants to monitor their video while recording. However, the EOS-R's LCD screen is of higher resolution and has touch functionality, which can be useful for selecting focus points and adjusting settings on the fly. However, both cameras having touchscreens of any quality is helpful for close-up content creation, as it allows real-time adjustment of settings. Moving on to the sensors, both cameras have full-frame sensors, which are larger than the conventional APS-C sensors found in many other cameras. This means that they capture more light and produce higher quality images with less noise, particularly in low-light conditions. When it comes to viewfinders, the EOS-R has a high-quality electronic viewfinder, which can be useful for previewing the final image before recording. However, some videographers prefer the optical viewfinder found in the 6D Mark II, which provides a more natural view of the scene. One of the key factors to consider when choosing between the Canon 6D Mark II and the Canon EOS-R for creating YouTube videos is the sensor size. Both cameras have full-frame sensors, which provide better image quality and depth of field than cameras with smaller sensors. However, the EOS-R has a higher resolution sensor with 30.3 megapixels compared to the 6D Mark II's 26.2 megapixels, which can be useful for video work that requires more detail. Lenses are also a critical factor when choosing a camera for video work. Both the 6D Mark II and the EOS-R have a wide range of compatible lenses, but the EOS-R has access to Canon's newer RF mount lenses. These lenses are designed specifically for mirrorless cameras and offer advantages, such as faster autofocus and improved image stabilization. However, the 6D Mark II's EF mount lenses are still highly capable and offer a wider range of options at a lower cost. Battery life is another crucial factor to consider, especially for those who shoot video for extended periods. The EOS-R has a slightly shorter battery life compared to the 6D Mark II, with around 370 shots per charge compared to 1200 shots per charge for the 6D Mark II. However, both cameras have USB charging capabilities, which can be useful for on-the-go charging. In terms of depth of field, both cameras can produce beautiful bokeh and shallow depth of field effects, but the EOS-R's larger sensor and wider range of lenses make it slightly better in this regard. However, the 6D Mark II can still produce impressive depth of field effects and has a wider range of compatible lenses to choose from. Wideness of framing is another important factor to consider. The EOS-R has a crop factor of 1.7 when shooting 4K video, which can also make wide-angle shots more difficult to achieve. On the other hand, the 6D Mark II has a wider field of view, which can be useful for capturing expansive landscapes or fitting more subjects into the frame. Light performance is also an important consideration, especially for those who shoot in low light conditions. Both cameras have high ISO capabilities, but the EOS-R's newer sensor and improved image processor make it slightly better in low light conditions. However, the 6D Mark II's wide range of compatible lenses can also be useful for capturing more light in low light situations. Both cameras produce stunning images with excellent dynamic range and color accuracy. However, the EOS-R has a slight edge due to its newer sensor technology, which produces sharper images with better autofocus performance. Depth of field and framing are important factors for creating cinematic video content. Both cameras have wide aperture lenses available, which allow for shallow depth of field and creative bokeh effects. However, the EOS-R has a slight advantage in terms of framing, as it has a wider aspect ratio and can shoot in 4K, which is ideal for cinematic footage. Both cameras are relatively easy to set up, with intuitive menus and customizable user settings. However, the EOS-R has an advantage in terms of customization, as it has more user settings available. In terms of sensor quality, the Canon EOS-R has a more advanced sensor compared to the Canon 6D Mark II, which allows it to capture sharper and more detailed images. The EOS-R also has a wider dynamic range and better low-light performance, making it ideal for shooting in challenging lighting conditions. However, the Canon 6D Mark II sensor is still very capable, especially for those who are new to full-frame photography. Another important factor for YouTube creators is the wideness of framing. The Canon EOS-R has a crop factor of 1.6, which means that it will crop your image slightly compared to the Canon 6D Mark II. However, this can also be an advantage if you want to use lenses with a longer focal length, as the crop factor will effectively increase the focal length. In terms of light performance, both cameras perform well, but the EOS-R's autofocus system is slightly more advanced, with more focus points and better performance in low-light conditions. This can be useful for YouTubers who are filming in challenging lighting conditions or who want to track moving subjects. When it comes to ease of setup, both cameras are fairly easy to use, with intuitive menus and easy-to-navigate settings. However, the Canon EOS-R has a touchscreen interface, which makes it even easier to navigate through menus and adjust settings quickly. For those who want to use external microphones or other light sources, both cameras have built-in microphone jacks and hot shoe mounts for attaching accessories. However, the Canon EOS-R has a more advanced audio system, with improved microphone input options and better audio quality. So, let's summarize what we've just been discussing in order to help you choose a favorite. The Canon EOS-R is designed with advanced video capabilities, including 4K video with Canon Log, Full HD 60p, and HDR movie shooting. It has a larger 3.15-inch fully articulating touchscreen display with a higher resolution of 2.1 million dots, which makes it easy to get the perfect shot from a variety of angles. The EOS-R also features Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF technology, which provides fast and accurate autofocus when shooting both photos and videos. This is particularly useful when filming fast-moving subjects or vlogging on the move. One of the biggest advantages of the Canon EOS-R is its ability to use Canon's RF mount lenses. These lenses are designed specifically for the RF mount, which means they can take advantage of the camera's full-frame sensor and advanced autofocus system. They are also designed with higher quality optics, which means they can produce sharper images and better bokeh effects. The Canon 6D Mark II, on the other hand, uses Canon's EF mount lenses. While there are many excellent EF mount lenses available, they are not designed specifically for the 6D Mark II and may not take full advantage of the camera's capabilities. However, the EF mount is a more widely used mount, which means there are many more lenses available for the 6D Mark II compared to the EOS-R. Both the Canon EOS-R and the 6D Mark II have electronic viewfinders, which allow you to see exactly what you're shooting in real time. However, the viewfinder on the EOS-R is larger and has a higher resolution of 3.69 million dots, which makes it easier to see fine details. When it comes to battery life, The Canon 6D Mark II has the advantage with its LP-E6N battery, which can take up to 1200 shots on a single charge. The Canon EOS-R uses the newer LP-E6NH battery, which can take up to 320 shots on a single charge. However, the replacement batteries and battery chargers are relatively inexpensive, and both cameras can be charged via USB, which makes it easy to charge them on the go. In terms of sensor quality, both the Canon EOS-R and the 6D Mark II have full-frame sensors, which means they are capable of capturing more light and producing shallower depths of field. However, the EOS-R has a newer sensor that provides slightly better image quality with less noise at higher ISOs. In terms of depth of field and wideness of framing, both cameras perform well. However, the Canon EOS-R has a wider dynamic range and can capture more detail in highlights and shadows. In terms of light performance, both cameras perform well in low light conditions. However, the EOS-R has a slight advantage due to its newer sensor, which can produce cleaner images at higher ISOs. Both cameras are easy to set up and use with intuitive menus and control layouts. However, the EOS-R has a slight advantage in terms of usability, with its larger touchscreen display and advanced autofocus system. Both cameras can be attached to tripods, and both have built-in microphones. However, if you plan on using an external microphone, the Canon EOS-R is the better choice, as it has a 3.5mm microphone input and supports clean HDMI output for recording to an external device. Finally, the one thing we haven't discussed yet is cost. As far as cost is concerned, the Canon 6D Mark II is the most affordable option, with a retail price of around $1,200. The Canon EOS-R is the more expensive option, with a retail price of around $1,800. However, the EOS-R does offer more advanced features such as 4K video, a larger touchscreen display, and better autofocus performance. In terms of future-proofing, both cameras are good choices, but the Canon EOS-R has a slight advantage due to being newer. Overall, both cameras are great options for YouTubers who want to create high-quality videos. The Canon EOS-R is the more advanced option with better performance and features overall, while the Canon 6D Mark II is a great entry-level full-frame camera that is still capable of capturing great footage. In either case, you'll need a memory card with enough space to store your footage and transfer it from your camera to your computer or laptop for editing. And if you want to go further to bolster the quality of your YouTube videos, you might want to invest in some lighting or a microphone. Other videos on this channel will walk you through some options for those things. Ultimately though, the best camera for you will depend on your individual needs and budget. But both cameras are worth considering if you are serious about creating high-quality YouTube videos. That's all for today's video, and thanks for watching it. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And while you are here, click to watch this other video appearing on your screen right now. I will see you there.